All right, GM. We are live. We are back and excited because we're running it back. I know we were on a couple months ago, and I know that you guys have been building. You guys got some crazy stuff coming out, and I think like with AI being here and I think AI, the way that it's improving, the way that it's working, like it's hard to say the past 2 months where AI was because it's like 100x more faster, better, and it's building so fast that like man, I can only imagine where we're gonna be in like 2 or 3 months with AI. So excited to bring you back on to hear about like it's only been 2 months, but I'm sure it's been like 2 years because of
Oh
all
my
the
God.
things that you
Yes.
guys have been able to build.
Yeah, exactly. 2 months in startup life is like 2 years. George, thanks for having me back on. Really excited. And I don't think I could have put it better myself. We've done a lot of really crazy, interesting things over the past 2 months. And, really excited to be back on and give you a chance to kind of get a first preview.
Yeah, and then like give us a little bit about that. Like you guys have been working. I mean, from where the last time was, it was a couple games. Like you guys were testing, but you guys have. I'm assuming now broke through with a better way for product market fit. That you guys are saying, hey, like this is exactly how we want to come out of the gates. Maybe walk us through that process. Walk us through what you're seeing in the market. Walk us what you're getting feedback from gamers to be able to say, okay, this is the best way to release something.
Yeah. Okay. Great questions. I'm going to try to touch on all of them. All right. So, in the past few months, we've kind of created a product that allows anybody to come onto Max.fun and create a game. You don't have to have any background as a developer. You just need to have a creative idea. Each of these games will be made in templates. So, what we are launching today is a bubble shooter game. And so ultimately, what we wanted to do is kind of take what's happening in the market, right? So AI is becoming incorporated into every single product, and we want it to be, very much integrate that into Max.fun. We also want to create ways for people to earn. The markets have not been super great of late. Staking gets me 5, 7, maybe 10% if I'm lucky. And so we wanted to create ways for users to earn quickly. And we're doing that through our gaming platform.
And to the game platform of creating bubbles, where do you see a lot of the market heading with, I guess, your target market of, okay, are we looking at browser style games that could turn into mobile games, especially games like this? Like how easy it is to kind of like hop on a browser based game. Where would you want it to like almost live? Where are you trying to target? Because I think like listening to a little bit about it from the last time to this time, right? One of the things is that something you guys have been really cool is like you're focusing have been on a target market that really could see a use to what you guys are building.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're building to start really casual, classic games, right? And we want to kind of get a broad pull. These games are also, the easiest for us to build to start off. But ultimately, we want to be just a gaming platform where users can, creators can make a competitive game, and gamers, in kind of like an esports type of tilt, can come to the platform and play a variety of really interesting games. So really kind of focusing on this idea of like people have creative ideas and can make something really cool and monetize their followings, as well as giving gamers a chance to kind of play in this single player, try to beat the timer type style game that anyone can win. You don't have to be like a Twitch master. Incredibly accessible for a wide audience.
All right. So understanding from there, knowing like a lot, watching a lot of the reports on like where the audience lives and we've been seeing, hey, mobile gaming on the rise. Solana even has its own secret phone. But here, listening to and even going back to like younger ages, like I remember browser-based games, right? Like like Playground, all the stuff that existed, right? And it still exists. Still, actually, there's still a market and audience for it. How do you there now bring the aspect of Web3 and blockchain to games like this?
Oh man, great question. I think a lot of people are super like interested, intrigued, and want to be a part of the new Web3 world. But I think currently it is uh, there's a lot of overhead. You have to have a wallet. You have to understand how to log in and all this type of stuff. So our goal, our like baseline goal, is that the UX has to be incredibly simple. It has to be a Web 2 like UX with a Web 3 kind of infrastructure below it. And so in all of our design decisions that we make and in formulating this product, games are built on chain, but it has to be incredibly accessible, the entire experience, so that someone who has just budding interest in the Web3 world, all the way down to someone who is a pro, they have been holding coins for decades at this point. We want this to be a platform for everybody.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna shut up because now you got me excited about what it is. I'm gonna bring this screen here. Walk us through, man. Walk me through Max.fun's latest.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So I'm gonna do two user perspectives today. The first one is going to be, I'm coming to this platform and I want to make a game. I have a really great idea. So, George, I think if I remember right, you are in Miami.
Yeah, down in Florida.
Okay, great. So let's do something that's a little bit Miami centric. All right. Okay. Sorry, I have my last creation in here.
You weren't kidding how easy it is.
So I'm going to create a game, right? So I just logged in, and I'm going to make a bubble shooter builder. The inspiration for this was the game called Snood, but we're seeing a lot of interesting taking that original base game and kind of iterating on it and spinning on kind of some competitive aspects. So, all right. George is in Miami, so let's do some, Miami vibes. And in the start of Art Deco, so we'll create the game assets. So right now, what's happening? This takes about 15 to 30 seconds. It is even better. It's taking in my request. It is writing out the code for the game, and then it's allowing me to kind of design the game myself. So I have this little cutout selector. Just a little kind of walk me through the steps. All right, so I'm gonna make my bubble game. First, I'm gonna select each of the bubbles. There's 4 bubbles total, right? So the first one here is gonna be this.
This is gonna be great because Miami Accelerate is in less than a month. So maybe we actually play this game for Accelerate,
I love that. Let's definitely do that. Okay, so confirm bubble 2. All right, that's my second bubble. My third bubble is going to be a pineapple. And then let's close this off with my fourth bubble being a shell. Then I build my cannon, which in this case is going to be a cocktail. Boom. And then finally, I'm going to set my background. Okay. We'll finish up our visual assets with that. Great. So I like how each of my assets look, and I'm going to generate my master sheet. So that master sheet is generated. That is the essentially the art assets that will be used in the game. And then let's come up with a name for our game. So I'm going to just call it Miami Vibes and be simple.
Accelerate.
Right. Accelerate Miami.
One lucky winner will get a approved on the wait list. How about that?
Okay, I love it. Nice little bonus. That's actually a good idea for a product feature. Okay, and then you pick a game token. All right, so every game that you create is built on chain and also spins up a corresponding token. So I'm going to create my game. Okay, the game is created. The game is Accelerate Miami. The token is MIA. I can share it on all the media, on the social media, or I can also take this link. Let's play the game. So I hope this is smooth. Okay, so here's my game. Accelerate Miami. Owner David Campo. That is me. All right. No one has played this game because I made it seconds ago. And let's play the demo.
This is so wild, right?
I'm gonna mute, but yeah, this is a fully functioning game. It took about 15 seconds to write the code. Took me about a minute to select my assets, and here we go. Here we go. So I'm gonna play through this. See if I can win.
Oh, you have to win because you're live. You know what I mean? You don't want to tell
The
people
pressure is, this was my one thing that I was thinking about this morning. I was like, oh, I better win. Getting close on time. No. There we go. There we go. All right. So I won. Amazing. So, you know, that took a few seconds to make. I have a link, and you know, the idea is that I can now share this with. I'm a creator. I'm an influencer. I'm a KOL. I have a following. I can share this with my following and get people to play the game that I made. Now, it's not just about the creativity aspect and the experimenting with AI and the Web3 world. This is a monetizable product where. You know, of course, the platform makes money, but we're really focused on the creators earning and the gamers earning, right? So I made this game and it is out in the market. Anytime someone plays, they have the option to play for soul. And so you stake a small amount of soul. If you win, you basically get double back. If you lose, that money goes into the prize pool. Once the prize pool fills, the game graduates. Me as the creator gets 1% of all the soul put in, and then each of the gamers who played and won get paid out. So I wanted to demo this for you.
So maybe talk to us about how the funding mechanics work for a lot of this. Like, is Max.fun like helping and sponsoring some of the funding for like creators that are coming here and developers, or like maybe help us on the rewards aspect of it, how you're planning to like roll that out?
Yeah. Okay. So so basically, Max.fun is going to initially cover all the gas fees and all of the compute fees. And so for virtually no risk at all on the creator side, they can come to the product and create this game that then people can play. And so every time someone plays a paid game, the money goes into a prize pool. And at the end of the game's life, when it graduates, that creator gets 1% of all the soul that we collected. And so Max.fun has built a platform. It's going to help draw in the users, and it's going to cover all of the compute and gas fees. And so really, it's just on the creators to make the best creative, fun game possible, and then self-promote to their audiences. All right, so George, I want to take you through, we just kind of went through like the creator lifespan. I want to go through now the competitive side of this. And so here, I got some soul. User comes to the product and they deposit. So you can either deposit via QR code, I have my phone, or you can directly just copy in the address. I have 5.25 soul, so I am ready to play. Right now, my favorite game is the Looney Tunes game. I think it's a really cool, interesting idea, and the bubbles are really vibrant. Okay, so this is for all the marbles. I'm going to try to play the Looney Tunes game and win. I'm going to stake 0.0062 Sol. So let's do it.
I mean, no pressure, bro. You're live, so be careful.
I know. I gotta get my security code. So just give me a second.
What's your seed phrase?
I'm not telling you. Okay, I've authenticated.
Are you in?
And
you gave it all your money yet, or no?
Just about to. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that the screen share has stopped. Let me share my screen.
It just did.
Okay.
Just there you go. I think I could. All right, cool. There we go. I got you. You're back. There you go. I see it now. I see the game.
Okay, great. All right, this is for all the marbles. All right, so I'm trying to win. I just staked 0.006 and change Sol, but if I win, I get to double it. It's pretty exciting. It is. Ooh, that was a hit. That was a hit.
Does the does it get harder as you go through levels? How does that work?
So it is. So each game is going to be a little bit different. It doesn't get harder per se, but as a game creator, I will be able to kind of set the difficulty for the game. You have to think about it.
I guess how do you make sure you don't get, like, let's just say, exploited by somebody that just comes in, like, spends the next hour and just wins 0.06 Sol for the next hour just playing it and wins it repeatedly, right? Like, is there a limit to how many times that player could play on that level?
No, there is no limit. They have to stake each time that they play. But really, you could get a game that has 30 people just slamming it and playing it, speeding it to graduation, or you could have more of a slow burn game where you get 1,000 people playing it, not as often, but whatever. It's you need to get 10 Sol into the prize pool for a game to graduate. So, okay, look, I just played, I just won. I'm going to go into my wallet, and I see here that I won Bugs 1. I have 61.07 Bugs tokens, and it is now farming at 1.5. Currently, this is the value, and once the game graduates, I can convert it and cash out all of my winnings.
Got it. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. So let me is the goal now going to be to, I guess you have so many routes you could go, because creating tournaments with communities, working with creators, communities, working with anybody that has a community, and then at the same time, kind of almost I would almost say white labeling all of this to them to say, hey, hey, you want to run something on your own and you want to use our platform, here's the ability to.
Yeah, you know what? We haven't been throwing around the word white labeling internally, but that is exactly what it is, right? We have built this game. There's a blank template for anyone to create a game. This game can be monetized, and it is a really fun and interesting way for users to interact with their Sol, right? I pay my Sol. I get to play a game. It's fun. It's competitive. It's challenging. I usually win, so so I'm EV positive. I am able to reliably play, stake, and win in a way where I'm earning through playing.
Yeah, and I think of it even further of the crypto world and where we are today. Are we really playing that many games? I want to say, and the answer is just maybe there's just not enough playable games. And maybe also have we understood fully who the crypto people are, the audience in crypto, right? And I think that like that's just something that we could, probably talk about for hours. But I would say that on a quick like, jam here, Max.fun could be something where we could build and work for it. Like this is a great example of Miami Accelerate. Hey, you want to win a ticket to the Grammys, to the show, to whatever it is? Quick, let's make a quick game and like let's put your skills to the test. And I know we just played like a bubble game, but like what if we played some sort of like truth or dare or fun facts or Jeopardy or something that's like, when was Solana launched? What was Solana's top all-time high? And like you make this game that allows to get crypto involved in a different way, but still game and bring in all those things that we have in the space.
I love the idea, and that's kind of on the track that we're thinking. So there's three major things. This is like the very first kind of offering. There's three major things that we want to work on next, right? We want to make it so that it's not just bubble game, right? This is just our proof of concepts. This is our initial game, but we want to have more games, and we want that to be really, really flexible, right? And to kind of achieve that vision that you have, we want the games that we do create to have a much more advanced configuration. So you can imagine this bubble shooter, right? I'm a creator. I want it to be more challenging so that my game graduates faster. So I add complexity. Instead of 4 bubbles, it's 6 bubbles. Or maybe I want the game to be more accessible, and so I go down from 4 bubbles to 3 bubbles. So advanced game config. And then lastly, even I have a wallet, I have a bunch of currency on there, but it's still a little bit clunky. And my dream is to make it so that we have a bridge. I come to this platform, I put in fiat, I get currency to play on Max.fun with, I win, and then I withdraw my money.
Yeah. And I think that like the other aspect is so maybe let me ask this question. Can you bring in tokens from other communities?
Like you can bring
let's just say like Bonk or Jupe or whatever. Are we allowed to like bring in other stuff?
Okay, so eventually we want it to be kind of
multi-token,
right?
Yeah.
But for now, you can however you can bridge any sort of tokens that you have into Sol can then be deposited. Those funds can then be deposited to Max.fun. But we are really bullish on Solana, especially in the gaming space, and so we want to start off with Solana.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think of like as my brain is going a million miles an hour, like, hey, if the event tomorrow is, a bonk event and it's like, cool, let's make a bonk game real quick that like, if you're going to you want to get into the event, here's the tickets to bonk and you got to use bonk to burn bonk. And then like, or fake bonk, like, wow, maybe you get all these games to want to put up tokens and create bigger prize pools.
I love it. Yes. We should do that. I know this is, the community is really strong and great. I love your ideas, but I also want to open it up to anyone watching. If you saw Max.fun and you had a little moment, please don't be shy. I read all my emails, so you can email me at deva@max.fun. And I want to field all the ideas and really kind of see where we can evolve this platform.
Yeah, I mean, congrats to you guys because like it's cool that like 2 months ago or so when we were on it, like we didn't really. It's one of those things like where we have a conversation, but can everybody buy into what you're selling, right? It's really hard without seeing it, right? And then like it's a lot of that in crypto, right? Where it's like, oh, I have this idea, but we never could picture it. And now that we're here and we're playing it, and we just saw like 15 seconds to create a game, and your mind just starts going a million miles an hour because the creativity behind it, like the ability to do it, is now that easy, right? And that's just the biggest thing. It's that easy to do.
It's that easy. We live in a world where AI can do a lot of the heavy lifting and really empower us to make great stuff and not worry about semicolons and runtime errors and all that stuff.
Yeah. Where do you see the next couple of months with the direction and everything? Like, what are you guys trying to like build more so that it's easier to build these games? Like, what kind of things do you guys have on the whiteboard in the back office right now saying, hey, like what would be the next iteration, or what kind of features do you think would help bring game developers more here to want to build games?
We want to make it so that any user can use a credit card to top up their account. So a bridge from fiat to Sol. We want to create a significantly deeper library of the games. And then I think there's some really interesting stuff with like pump.fun and bonding curves. So right now, the only way to kind of enter into the pool is to play. But in very short order, we also want to create a directly investing into the bonding curve mechanic. And so once that's live, you'll have two ways to get a game to graduation: direct investment, or people kind of grinding and playing to win.
Yeah, and I think like there itself, that business model there, I think like is just another thing that could be very lucrative, but also give you a lot of awareness and attention to bring more people to say, hey, like this is actually that easy, but also that friendly to be able to say the last thing you want to do is not be able to execute, right? And I think that you don't want to spend time and resources to something that can't execute, but seeing it being able to execute, I think gives you that enough stamp of approval to say, okay, like I could talk about this with my friends and I could play this live on a stream if I wanted to.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, but man, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you giving us the alpha. I appreciate you guys sharing, and I'm excited for everything you guys are doing. So maybe next time we got to figure out like actually do a competition.
Yes.
Let's create games. Let's put money up, and we give it away to the community. Of course, they'll watch us, me and you, me versus you. Whoever creates the best game, whoever wins the game, we'll figure something out.
Sick. I love it. Let's definitely do it.
All right, Dev, man, I appreciate it. And Max.fun, that's the website. That's the Twitter handle too. So make sure y'all go Max.fun _ at the end. And Dev just gave you his email. Make sure you go email him if you are serious, want to explore, or just want to give feedback to the things that we're seeing. I think with everything Roblox is doing and all this stuff, there's a lot of things that's happening in the Web2 gaming space that we're very much watching how they're giving the ability to creators to make games. And I think that we have that same ability, but even further, because the amplification and the monetization here in Web3 is untouched to what Web2 is. I think, we know Roblox is taking like 60 or 70% of the fees and everything like that. And like, that's just man, imagine if that went back to the game creator developer. That gives them the ability to really do a lot more and makes it more of a reason to be here. So excited to see you guys keep rolling out the updates and the shipments.
Yeah, man. Web3 is all about transactions and ownership, and that's what we're sticking to.
Love it, love it. Dev, man, appreciate you taking the time, and we'll definitely run it back.
Yeah, definitely. All right.